We are looking at the difficult one with 4 different suits, and it's a pretty hard game. Now let me, before I start giving tips here, let me just show you here. This is my statistics over the last 5 or 10 years. I've won 361 times out of quite a few tries, win rate 12%. It took me over 100 games before I won my first game, so I'm going to try to tell you some tips I've learned while playing. Start off, the first tip is you want to try, if you can, to get all the way down and clear as many piles as possible. And the reason you want to do that is because later on, what's going to happen is you're going to need space to operate. If you have 1, 2, or 3 piles cleared, it's a little easier to do that. If you don't have those piles cleared, it could be a problem. So you want to see how you can maneuver. Usually I like to have, as you can see here, this one right here, they're the same suit. This one's the same suit. I like to see if I can get 2 or 3 of the same suit, possibly more if I can. If I can't, whatever. And I'll try to have maybe 1 junk pile. So let's say we might move this 5 here, and we'll turn that into a junk pile. And then we'll move some of these other cards around here, and we can move this and this. There's a lot of different possibilities and options, and as you can see, we've got down to the 3, which is good because we can use that potentially for an open column later on. That'll help us solve it. Now, the reason you want these diamonds or the same suit is because, let's say you have a junk pile. It's a little easier to interchange, and I'll show you some tricks with interchanging that as we go on. Now, you also want to try to exhaust every possibility if possible. There is, oops, let's see here, wrong button here. There is the edit undo, which we can't do there because I hit the wrong button, but there is also the next available move. What you can do is you could try hypothetical situations, run different scenarios, and then try to figure out which one gives you the best probability of solving this. So let's say we do this, and this, and we don't like it, so we just go Control Z, which is the same as the undo right there, Control plus Z. So we'll go ahead and we'll undo all those moves. And then maybe we can try this way instead. So that gives us, flexibility as far as how you want to proceed. And that flexibility is important because it gives us more, possibilities to solve this and different options where we actually have a chance to, get this puzzle out of the way. And another point is that you can see it's suggested I move the 5 underneath the 6. I don't like doing that early because if I'm close to finishing up this column here, I'd like to have it open or have it down to 1 card for later because I don't want to get it buried with a king. I want to have more space to work as we deal on. So I don't want to put the 5 where the 6 is right there. Don't want to do that. Instead, I might go something like this. And okay, now I can move, some pieces around. And that's the general strategy. This game is pretty hard to solve. I'll show you another strategy a little bit later. Now, the exception to what I was trying to tell you earlier is if we got, let's say, the 7 here, and we can move some other cards around, we may want to make another junk pile. Like, see this right here? This is a junk pile. This probably could become a junk pile. Based on our actions here, and we'll have to clear out the junk later. But we've accomplished one of the things we want to accomplish, and that's we've opened up 2 columns, and this gives us actually a decent shot at solving this one, depending on what cards come in the future. Here's another variation of an earlier example. If you'll see this ace right here, could go right here, or alternatively I could put the 2 here, and then, put the ace there. Now, obviously it shows the move, so I'm going to do that. But sometimes we may not want to do that because we don't want to jam up this pile right here. In this case, it works because, well, I've got 3 cards at the same. I want to be able to, if I can, keep these piles free, and then that gives us, more moves that we can make. Now, I've turned this into a garbage pile, but okay, I've got a lot of opportunities there, so we'll see how this goes. Now I can move the ace. And let's see, what do I got here? 6. A lot of choices here. I'm not going to get too serious till we get to the end. And we'll try the next one. Now, as you see, these piles are getting full of junk. I'd like to be able to clear some of these out so I can actually solve some of this as we go. And there we go. Yeah, so at the rate I'm proceeding, I might not actually be able to solve this game. We'll see when we get down. You do not like getting buried deep in this game. Another point you want to look at later in the game is you may not want to move. See with this ace deuce of clubs is, you may not want to move that because the king and there's a king there, so you may want to just leave it there. And we're going to look at possibly interchanging as we go. And when I say interchanging, this may be a smaller example, but you want to try to have, like I said earlier, the suits that are like together. So let's say we've got these diamonds right here. We may want to go like that, and then maybe put the 2 over here. Alternatively, we could look at potentially ways to get rid of this pile. This is becoming kind of a junk pile here, and this was supposed to be a good pile that actually turned into a junk pile. But you want to try to get as many of the same suit as possible so you can actually solve one of these potentially, and of course look through all your options as you go. So now we made it down to our last deck, or last draw here, and hopefully we can figure out a way out of this little predicament here. Let's see. Put that there. And yeah, so it's going to take a little while to solve. I'll show the key spots and then hopefully be able to solve this here. Now, as you can see, obviously we've cleared up some piles that'll give us, or columns, and that'll give us a chance to possibly solve some piles. Maybe we can, maybe we can't, but that's the objective here. If you can do that, you're going to have a shot at completing this game. If you can't do that, you pretty much have no chance at beating this game. And like I said earlier, it's pretty hard to beat. Now, back to that interchange story here. If you'll see, I have this pile right here. What I mean by interchanging is, okay, I have the 5, 4, and 3, and they don't go together, but if I take these red ones right here and put them where the 5 is, they do go together. And then I can just put the 4 and the 3 under here, and then I have this free to move around right there, and then it gives me a little more room to play around. That's what I mean by saving the ones with the suit for later, where it gives you a better chance to solve that toward the end of the game. Okay, here we are a little bit deeper into the same game, and what we're trying to do is just get as many of the same suit as we possibly can. Obviously, I've got that right there, and we're trying to, work out to get as many of the same suits as we can so we can actually solve 1 or 2 of these piles and then have a chance of beating this game. So we'll keep going here. And this game's pretty tricky, but we're continuing to move our way down where we've got different pieces in place, and it's just a matter of can we solve this or not. One other tip I might point out, let's say this was really, really close to being solved, and you got the other pieces, the 10 of hearts, and the Queen of Hearts, and the King of Hearts. Once you solve that, you cannot do the edit undo, or where you go back and make your moves. So you might want to make sure that when you're close to getting that, you think through every variation, because you could actually hurt yourself where you had a chance to beat the game and now you don't. And here we go. We're slowly working our way through this pretty big maze, actually. I'm surprised. Sometimes you get to the point where you can't actually solve it, and that's not where we want to be, but we're getting close. So we're going to keep plugging away here. Now here's the example I was alluding to a few seconds ago. Let's say we have this pile right here, and we got all clubs. Do we really want to take these two clubs? In this case, I'd say no, because I've only got one pile to work with, and the 5 of spades isn't really going anywhere, and if that's a bad card underneath, we're pretty much screwed. So I'm going to pass on that. We want to make sure we have enough space to work around it before we actually eliminate that pile there. So let's see what we can do here. Here I'm going to show you a quick technique for moving piles. Let's say we have 3 different suits here. Well, and we can't do anything with this, right? Well, not quite. You can take the 7, you can put it underneath either one of these 2 8s, this 8 or this 8 right here. We'll just try this right here. And then we can simply move the rest of that, and that actually frees up space. But then we find out, oh wait, we have a little bit better move if we're creative. Let's see here. Yep, we move the diamond there. Now move the 10, 9, and we can move the rest of the hearts. So we have all these hearts right here. And we look a little further, we can get rid of this. Now the question is, do we want to get rid of this King, Queen of Hearts here? And the question will obviously, or the answer to that will depend on, well, how we can move these piles. So let's say we got that moved. We could, okay, yeah, we'll do that, because we can put this and then put that together. And we'll just, let the moves kind of speak for themselves here. Now what I'd like to do, and I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it off, is eliminate that hearts pile there. Let's see, if we did that, we'd still have 2 open. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that there. And we can't undo this once we do this move here. So we've got the 1 pile there, and then we can kind of continue on. Now that move actually worked out good. We might actually have a shot at solving it now that we're going to get a few more piles and then get more of the same suit together. And see, we got 3 open columns there, 1, 2, 3. That should actually give us a good shot of solving this if I can, not make any stupid moves here. Let's see, I could eliminate that one. I'm just going to gamble and do that because I still got the 2 piles. Interchange that. And now we can start actually clearing piles here. I think the King, Queen clubs are under there. Let's see, how do I do this here? Yeah, I can get by with 1 because I got the 5 of spades, and I can move those spades there. So I'm going to do that, and we'll move the 5 of spades there. And as you can see, this game pretty much solves itself. I may not be optimal here. But well, let's see, get these going here. That's out of the way, and it looks like we're going to be able to solve this one. This was a pretty difficult one, but obviously, if you can make most of the suggestions that I gave earlier, you'll have a chance at doing this. It's a tricky, complicated game. Like I said, I've played it quite a few times. Hopefully, these tips will help you out. If you have any additional tips you'd like to add, go ahead. Feel free to do so, and we can write that, or you can write that in the comment section, and that'll help the viewers out here. Let's see, we're almost done that, and okay, I just need to get this. That's 2 diamonds, and looks like we're pretty much getting close to the end of this video here. Boom, boom. And ta-da! We solved it. So that pretty much wraps up this video on our tip.